Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Refuge from Narcissism, and this refugee video is sponsored by contribution from Erin, formerly Anonymous E. And she sent in an audio file of her talking, because she'd rather do that instead of write. So here's what she said. Hey, Ollie, here's an audio testimonial, just a 13-minute verbal kind of before and after. I'm ready for you to call me Aaron on the channel because I'm no longer afraid. It's a symbolic step in reclaiming my identity. Prayers to your family and tons of love from mine, Aaron. So, on to the recording.
Hey Ollie, so I'm going to do a recording because I'm too lazy to type, and I get too wordy and authory when I'm typing, so here we go. I thought I'd do like a update, maybe a little comparison of past versus present in my state of mind and my behaviors and stuff like that. Pretty much all good things, still no contact. I've added my little brother to the list of people that I have no contact with now. Unfortunately, he's just gonna be one of those forever flying monkeys, and I don't hate him for it, but I just can't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's pathetic. It's pathetic, and I'm glad you came to that conclusion because you cannot keep flying monkeys in your life. If somebody is playing both sides of the fence, acting like they understand where you're coming from, but they don't want to cut it off, and they understand the behavior, and they don't want to accept it, it's only a matter of time before that blows up in your face. They have to go. They have to go.
So that's where that's at. My older brother texted me on Mother's Day, texted me at like 4:30 in the fucking morning and didn't say who he was. He just said Happy Mother's Day. So I texted him back something to the effect of, I don't know who this is. Thank you for saying Happy Mother's Day, but you should understand that most people are asleep at this time.
Right.
So he texted me back, this is your brother. So I texted him back, oh yeah, I get it. So since you are who you are, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and there's no consequences. I get it. And I told him, thanks for ruining my Mother's Day, basically. So it's the last person I wanted to fucking hear from on Mother's Day. I'll try to forget that you exist, you know.
How did he get through? Was it? I guess it was a different number, and that you didn't have blocked. Like I told you, they will hit you. They will ruin your day every time. 4:30 in the morning, before you're even out of bed. He wanted to make sure the first text you saw was his. They want to make sure they ruin your day as soon as possible. And even if you had him blocked and he changed his number, and even if you're no contact and you haven't broken contact, they will still find a way to mess with you. You just got to deal with it quickly and move on.
So if we compare this response that I had to the old me pre-Ollie Matthews counseling, the old me was afraid of my brother, afraid to say anything in my own defense or to stand up to him in any way. Like, even to say that I didn't like the same color car as him would be, like, I wouldn't say that because I would be too afraid of what he would do, you know?
Who needs that stress? The walking on eggshells your entire life. And for what? Why? Because you're afraid he's going to flip out, afraid he's going to reject you. Who needs to live their life like that? If you are sacrificing any of your own emotions or morals or letting people walk all over you out of fear, get them out. Because that's only a matter of time again. Another thing, only a matter of time before it blows up in your face.
But I'm just really not afraid of him no more. Like, I see him now just so differently. I see him as like wounded little boy just being a dick because that's the only way he knows how to deal with the world. Um,
Just an insufferable douchebag. And that's the most. That's the most frustrating thing about them, about flying monkeys, golden children, whatever they are. They're just insufferable. Their entitlement is insufferable. Their attitudes are insufferable at all times, and you got to walk on eggshells not to set them off.
and his guilt and shame that he has for being such a dick. Because see, he's been a dick his whole damn life, like ever since he was just a little boy. So I can't pretend to know how painful that must be for him, and how much he needs to hide from the knowledge of, the fact that he's just such a dick. Like, if I was such a dick, I would really want to be drunk and avoidant of the reality of what a dick I am too. So that's where that's at.
He's a dick because, like you said, he's a dick because he's miserable. And he projects his misery into just being an insufferable douche. That's the golden child. Insufferable douche. That's my brother, an insufferable douche.
That's how I see him now. I wish him the best, I mean, he's my brother, but I don't ever want to have nothing to do with him ever again. Like, it's icky. Yeah. Same with my mom. Like, just to even think about ever talking to either one of them again, like, it's just icky. Like, they're just such. And it sounds kind of narcissistic for me to say this, but they're just such trash.
No, that's what they are. They're trash. You call trash out for what it is. Believe me, I get it. I get it was my whole point this week, on the day of Drunky's death, and I still feel nothing. I don't miss them. I don't miss any of them. There is never a moment. There is never a moment where, like, boy, I wish I could talk to my mom, my dad, my brother. Never. And you're not bad for calling it trash. Trash is trash, no matter what you call it. You could call trash platinum; it's still trash. Don't matter what you call it. Might as well call it what it is.
No, their behavior. They actually both live in fairly nice homes and they drive nice vehicles and stuff, but their behavior, their personalities are just such trash. So, lacking morals, lacking judgment, mostly due to alcohol. But regardless of why, I just can't have nothing to do with it. And yeah, like I said, just comparing that to the old me prior to finding your channel. It's so life-changing. Like, I just really feel free. It's so freeing to not care. I'll even go beyond that and say that I know that my mother, at least, I don't know for sure about my brother, but I know that my mother hates me. And it's quite interesting that the way that makes me feel when I think about that is extreme joy now. I used to live in fear that I would do something wrong or bad to upset her, and that she would stop talking to me for months or years on end again, because this is her pattern. And now, it's such a stark contrast. When I think about the fact that my mother hates me, it brings me such joy to know that such a trashy woman hates me so much. I feel as though I must be doing something right.
Yeah, of course you're doing something right, because she hates you because she's jealous of you. The narcissist's hate is always out of jealousy. They want you to feel inferior to you because they know that they want you to feel inferior to them because they know they're inferior to you. That's a major drive in all of this. They project what they are onto you.
So that's a stark contrast to the old, pathetic, codependent me. Also, my day-to-day relationships with my husband and my son, I am way less of a doormat, and I require shared responsibility and accountability on their part. And I try not to be a cunt like my mom in order to get things done. Like I try to just be kind of like, all right, I need you to clean that up because that's your responsibility. You know.
Yeah, you still got to have standards of living. That's obvious.
So lots of progress in all areas. Actually, tons of progress in my business. And if it were not for the suffocation and starvation of our economy, my business would be, I couldn't, I'd just be doing great.
Who are you telling? The 4 years under the orange man were very, very good years. We're all feeling it now, though.
So, realistically speaking, both my husband's business and my business, if things don't change within the next, I'd say 12 months or so, we will be beginning to plan our bankruptcies, our bankruptcy. And I'm not afraid of it because I just live by the same principle I've always lived by since I started the business all those years ago, and that is make your customers feel welcome, give them an excellent product, and do that every single time as best to your ability, and do that every single day, and you'll be okay. Well, I wasn't just doing okay. I was doing great. I was doing freaking great. We were getting debt paid down. We were, we were able to remodel our kitchen. We were doing great. Nothing has changed as far as how I run my business or how my husband runs his business, except for the fact that we've had to cut down on costs in every possible place fathomable because his business runs on diesel fuel. Quite literally, he runs a freight train truck all day long, or a freight liner diesel truck.
The gas is killing. I mean, the gas is what's killing everybody. And if he's running diesel, I mean, that's even worse. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if it wasn't for all the cost of living increases, not only the gas, which is like $1,200-$1,500 a month, extra. It's your utilities, it's your food, what you can find, what you can find even in Florida, and we're in better shape than most. It's crazy. And they're saying adjusted, the economy today compared to the economy in 2020, okay, pre-COVID, or even right after the election, it's basically it's like losing, I think they said 6 to 8 weeks of salary. It's a 6 to 8 week salary cut for everybody. A month and a half to 2 months salary cut for everybody. Some people can sustain that. Other people, it's devastating. It's backbreaking.
All day long, the engine's running, so diesel prices are impacting his business in such a way that he is more than he can make. He can pass on to the customer. So that's an issue. As well as everything else across the board going up, the cost of everything going up. So the forecast is bankruptcy, and I'm choosing not to let that bother me because I'm doing everything I can do.
Listen, you think you're going to be the only one filing bankruptcy? It's They're up. Apparently, used car repossessions and new car repossessions are through the roof, to the point where they're renting out car lots to store the repoed vehicles. That's how many people are defaulting on their car payments. It's bad. It's bad across the board. It's bad.
On my end, I can't control gas prices, and I can't control inflation. I can only adjust my prices accordingly and ride the wave. So that's how I'm trying to frame it. I apologize, Ali. Like, I haven't really been keeping up on you too good. I just finished watching a video where you're basically saying that you're asking for stories again or whatever. And I caught that your business isn't doing well, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad to see that you're back, and I hope that you don't let go of the business completely.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not going to let go of it. The problem is it was spending too much time in gas for the size of the jobs. Summers are typically slow anyway, and you really can't raise prices on window cleaning to inflate it to the point of to keep up with gas prices and inflation and make it worth it to these people. You know, the subcontract I'm working through, and I've had to turn down a lot of jobs because they're just too far. They're too far. They're not enough, and the subcontractor's discounting the job. Just even though they raise prices and all that for inflation, every job is still being discounted, and now people are being nitpicky, and it's just, and you're not even breaking even. So, luckily, I mean, I could do better. I could do better on YouTube for the summer. Hold on to it, and then hopefully it'll pick back up. Maybe after the election, things kind of normalize. But I don't know. They're all in. They're all in trying to destroy the economy. So it sucks, and the shame about it is I like being outside. I like cleaning window. It was going well. It was going, as far as the work was going. It was going good. And as from when I started to a couple weeks ago, I mean, it was clearing $1,200-$1,300 a week every Friday. Every Friday at the beginning of this, and then slowly and gradually, it was like maybe $600 a week clearing, $650, and that's just not. It's just not sustainable. It's not worth the gas and the time, and you're losing money, and that's where the channel's at. And especially with Charlene not working, whether you know or not, I've mentioned it. Charlene had an accident on the stairs. She had neck surgery. They replaced discs in her neck, and she's been through everything, and she's permanently injured. It's just the way it is. So, if she was still working and she was still, either working an office job or she was serving and she liked being a server, it was good money. It was good money. I might be able to survive. But under present, with her bedridden, really, not much I can do. Not much I could do. And a lot of people are in that situation, with your husband being dependent on diesel fuel. I mean, the truck drivers are saying they're not going to be able to do truck runs because they can't lose money doing these truck runs. Okay, delivering goods for the supply chain, and they're losing money because of the diesel fuel. And it's all by design. So.
That's freedom, but and I caught that Charlene is sick with something, that she's bedridden. I don't know why. So I pray that she recovers quickly. I pray that in Jesus' name. Amen. So love to Charlene and also to you. Glad to see you back. I also just kind of wanted to point out to viewers that, you know, I like to watch Ollie's channel too, and finding his channel is like what helped me find healing for that, my condition, my terrible, awful condition that I didn't even know I had. And, you know, I don't watch television anymore, so I just follow like YouTubers, and, you know, I watch Ollie now like more kind of for entertainment, like if I'm just like, if I'm tired and I just want to watch something, you know. And I just wanted to bring up and point out like just how many videos you have on your channel if you go back, you know. And I'm always going back and finding new videos that I haven't seen before, you know, and I've been watching you forever. So like, even when you have to step away for whatever reason, you know, whether it just being like just how dark the subject matter of this channel can get sometimes, or that you are called to go start a different business, or for whatever reason, like you gotta step away, it's important for everybody to understand that like that's okay. Like there's so many videos and your story's somewhere in there, dude. Like, but I am happy to see you back, because that means that, you know, you get to help out some new people by sharing their story. Like, I see that as being pretty valuable.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for that. And I've made that point before. Like, there is a lot of content. And there's a lot of content I had to delete that I have on a hard drive that, you know, maybe I'll put it back up on Rumble or whatever. My concern was always being not more debanked, you know, losing my ability to even collect money, which they will do. Which they'll do. So I had another point in there, and I don't remember what it is. I'm sure it'll pop back in.
So I just wanted to say that, and say thank you. As always, super grateful for the way that you're using your experiences and stuff to change the world for the better. I think that as more and more education spreads about narcissism, it's going to change the world. We'll never be able to get rid of the narcissist, but we can learn to stay away from them, and we can even, you know, create kind of like parallel society. Because they're so easy to read and they're so easy to spot once you learn the signs that you don't even have to approach one, really. You can, when we learn to observe people before we engage, we can actually pick them out ahead of time and just steer around.
This is a good point. You know, you gotta observe before. That's very good point. Observe before you engage. And this is what I've been talking about when I've been making videos, when I was a balkanization, creating your own space, getting away from these people. You know, I fully believe the country's heading for not a civil war, but a national divorce. And it isn't going to be the southern states and the red states that secede, I don't think. I think it's going to come from the blue states. And then let them go. Let them go. Let them go. It's the best thing. Let them go. Because they're going to be the ones that be like, I don't want to be a part. They're the ones who want to change everything. So let them have their divorce. Some things are just irreconcilable.
So, yeah, I know that sounds like segregation, and I think that segregation is A-okay when you're doing it based on merit.
Not segregation, balkanization. Balkanization. Creating people who think like-minded to you. That's just smart. That's how you build a community. That's how you build a society.
And long-term patterns of observation I don't feel guilty at all for shutting out any of the people I've shut out in my life because honestly, they were evil. And I don't feel guilty about it at all. So I'm sure I'm missing some stuff and leaving some stuff out, but I think that this is long enough. We're almost to 13 minutes. Um, I'm going to send you the amount of money I can afford to send you right now, and it's better than nothing, right?
That's fine.
So,
Aaron, it's fine. It was fine. Okay, don't everybody think. Look, and I said just for everybody, like the only time I ever say something back on an amount at this point, if it's an exorbitantly long video for a small amount, and I'll say, hey, I could either find you a sponsor, or because I always break it down into how many words, and it's you got 20,000 words here in this email that's going to produce a video anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours long. I can't do that for $5. I can't do that for $10. Okay. And I always try to work with everybody. And if they can't do it, I will find sponsors. There are still people that will sponsor other people's videos if they're worthwhile, if they're worthwhile. So I do that, and again, I always just ask if you need a sponsor, just say you need a sponsor and I will find you a sponsor. So, but, Aaron, you've been more than generous through the years. So don't ever think that, anything's not sufficient or, and the donation you gave. I was going to wrap it up, but knowing how the difficulties that you're having, thank you for the donation you gave. So I appreciate it, and I know you value my opinion, you value the channel, and you want to see it kept going. So I do appreciate it.
I'm glad to see you're back. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll be sure to check in every now and then and watch some of these new videos that you come out with. All right, have a good day.
Rock on. The most important thing you said, and the most important conclusion you've come to, or epiphany you've had, is to observe before you engage. There is no reason to go running headfirst into every relationship. This guy seems good. Not this guy, you're married. This person seems good. I want to get... No. Bide your time. Because that's what I do. I stay very, very, very... When I meet people, I am very quiet for a very long time. To the point where people are like, don't you talk? Don't you talk? I'm like, no, I'll talk. I talk when it's ready, when I'm ready. And boy, I'm probably not going to like what I have to say. But I do that. I learned that. I learned that probably 8-9 years ago. Don't talk. Just watch. Just watch. And those were the things. And I got that from, working at Macy's for so long, to not jump. Okay, in an investigation, you watch, you learn, you see everything. Okay, I had to learn to apply that to my personal life outside, to my personal life outside of my professional life. But that is probably one of the most important aspects of recovering from narcissistic abuse, is whoever you're going to bring in, you don't jump right in. Observe before you engage. So I hope that helps. And thank you once again. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for another contribution and story, Aaron. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like me to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal or Zelle links in the description box, as well as the email. Be sure to like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the I said that already. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Refuge from Narcissism. Take care.